Alright, I'm getting tired of hearing about how Bret Hart is the greatest wrestler of all time. I used to like Bret Hart, but the fact that everybody's saying he's the greatest wrestler of all time, and the fact that everyone's putting him up as this moral pariah, and that he's so great and like such a great guy, it's really starting to piss me off, and I just need to debunk this shit. This guy was not a draw in America at all. Like, in America, this guy sank the WWF. This just needs to be proven. The crowd wanted Hulk Hogan. They did not want fucking Bret Hart. And I'm going to prove that shit throughout this video.
I can promise you when you step in the ring with the Hitman at the SummerSlam, you'll be facing a total...
Alright, so first of all, people say evil Hulk Hogan buried Bret Hart at WrestleMania 9. They fail to include the fact that Bret Hart couldn't sell out Caesar's Palace. This was a $16,000 person venue. Last year with Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 8, that was a 60,000 venue with Hulk Hogan on it. And he was main eventing with Sid Justice. But now Bret Hart headlining can't draw a 16,000 people house. So they had to bring in Hulk Hogan in and basically just like replace Bret Hart to sell the pay-per-view, and lo and behold, Hulk Hogan did, because he's actually a draw, unlike Bret Hart. So that's really what happened. And if you listen to the crowd at both King of the Ring and at WrestleMania 9, Hulk Hogan is getting much louder reactions than Bret Hart. And you could tell, like, the crowd preferred Hogan to Bret in 1993. Late stage Hulkamania was more popular than Bret Hart ever was in America.
I can promise you when you step in the ring with the Hitman at the SummerSlam, you'll be facing a total...
Alright, to illustrate my point that Bret Hart sank the company, I'll respond to the common criticisms after I show the data, but here's just proof. In-person attendance for pretty much all of Hulk Hogan's WrestleManias completely dwarf, on average, Bret Hart's WrestleManias. And before you try to blame this on, like, Shawn Michaels or Diesel or Undertaker or whoever, like, Bret Hart is Hulk Hogan's replacement. He is the number one guy, is he not? If he's not the number one guy, then why are you guys calling him the GOAT? If he is the number one guy, then he failed as the number one guy. You see what I'm saying? So as you can see, in terms of in-person attendance, it's not even close to Hulk Hogan's attendance records.
I can promise you when you step in the ring with the Hitman at the SummerSlam, you'll be facing a total...
If you look at the pay-per-view buy rates, Bret Hart has the lowest buy rates of all time. All of his manias are the lowest, with the exception of WrestleMania 1. WrestleMania 2 through 3 have the highest buy rates of all time. And all of Bret Hart's pay-per-views, WrestleManias, are lower than, of course, the Attitude Era, and especially the Golden Era. So in terms of the buy rates, this guy certainly was not selling at-home pay-per-view buys.
I can promise you when you step in the ring with the Hitman at the SummerSlam, you'll be facing a total...
Alright, so everybody likes to say, oh, but nobody was drawing in the mid-90s. It was a low period. Actually, Hulk Hogan, before the NWO, was drawing in WCW. WCW made a profit for the first time ever since Ted Turner bought it under Hulk Hogan's leadership and Eric Bischoff's leadership. So 1995 was the first time Ted Turner's WCW, not the original WCW with Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes, because that drew money. But once Ted Turner bought it, it didn't draw any money until Hulk Hogan was part of the picture. So somebody was drawing around that time. It just wasn't Bret Hart.
I promise you when you step in the ring with the Hitman at the SummerSlam, you'll be facing a total...
Okay, so SummerSlam 92, one of the biggest houses in WWF history. How come I'm ignoring that? I don't think Bret Hart is what drew that house. Now, if you want to say Bret Hart drew it, fine. You can have it. I disagree. I'll tell you why. But my point is that Bret Hart is not a draw in America, which I can't see any evidence against. I don't see any proof that he's a draw in America on any significant level, on the level of the all-time greats, or even, like, on the level of, like, Batista or whatever. I don't even think he's, like, on the level of, like, Batista or, like, Randy Orton in terms of draw power in the States. So I don't know where this myth of Bret being this legend comes from. But here's why I don't believe Bret's responsible. SummerSlam 92 came off the coattails when Hogan was the main guy. Yes, Hogan is not on there, but there's there's several draws on that card. One, The Ultimate Warrior has proven to have higher buy rates and higher merch sales and higher success than Bret Hart. And he's on the card. Macho Man, same thing. Higher buy rates, higher success, more famous than Bret Hart. He's on that card. There's also the Road Warriors. Again, another draw. And I think what's most important is, considering this show took place in Britain, the British Bulldog's in the main event. I think they're rooting for the British Bulldog and not the heel Bret Hart. This is like saying WrestleMania 8 is because of Sid Justice and not Hulk Hogan. Like, that's kind of what I equate it to. Because I'm pretty sure people went to see Hulk Hogan and not Sid Justice at WrestleMania 8. I'm sure some people went to see Sid Justice, but I don't think it was the bulk of the people. So I would just consider this sort of like the one exception that proves the rule. I mean, what's Bret Hart's other biggest house? Like it's like less than 20K. So like, what are we even saying here? Like, in America, this guy's not a draw. And even in this one house, I don't think it was Bret Hart that drew it. But if you want to lie and say, I mean, may not lie, but if you want to like come up with an argument that it was Bret Hart, I mean, I'm all ears. I don't see the argument. On top of that, AEW also sold out Wembley Stadium. So, I mean, are the jobbers in AEW draws in America? Absolutely not. I mean, maybe they're drawing Europe because Europe is like smart Mark Haven, I guess. Bret Hart likes to talk about people who are better than him, such as Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, and just insult them over and over again. When really this guy sank the WWF. I don't know why Vince McMahon didn't just put the belt on Macho Man when Hogan left, because that would have been easy money. But they put it on this guy with no charisma, no promo skills, and basically the inspiration for all the modern jobbers and no talent hacks we see today. So, I'm just tired of hearing how great this guy is. Like, I'm over it. Like, he's not even the best in the ring. This guy is like on the level of Ricky Steamboat. Like, if this guy was in WCW, no one would give a shit about him. If Bret Hart was a WCW guy, I guarantee you no one would give a fuck about him at all. Guaranteed. Okay, well, anyway, I'm going to end this video with a real GOAT talking about why Bret Hart is trash, and that is Ric Flair.
Well, here's your chance. A hard sell. If you're a wrestling fan, why do you buy the book?
First of all, I don't need to hard sell it. It's a real book with the real truth behind it. A lot of things that people didn't understand. If anybody has been exposed in the book for having weaknesses, it would be me. I haven't knocked anybody. I just have told the truth. And as an example, in the case of Bret Hart, which is sad, I don't read the internet. So I don't keep up with that. I can tell that you do. Am I saying that?
Right.
Huh?
Yeah, I do. I'm sorry.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that I don't get caught up in that. And I know who I am. There was a period of time when I didn't know who I was, which I talked about in the book.
Right.
But prior to that period of time, nobody could tell me anything about wrestling business. And I'm almost to the point again now, in my mind, where I feel good enough about myself where nobody can tell me again, which probably isn't very good. But I do know who's drawing money, because I've been around for 32 years. I know who's been successful. I know why they've been successful. And I know who's good and who's not good at what they do for a living. In my opinion, and that can be held second to none. Nobody can even have the same opinion I have, because I'm the only guy that's wrestled everybody.
Absolutely.
From Bruiser Brody to The Rock.
Right.
Bret Hart never. I hate to keep going back to Bret, but it's such a no-brainer to go to Bret, because he never wrestled anybody except in the WWE, WWF. Never wrestled Brody, never wrestled Hansen, was never a big star in Japan, never went to St. Louis. When the WWF was hot, he was in the Hart Foundation. He didn't have to draw any money. He just rode around on Hogan's coattails. And when they made him champion here, he didn't draw a dime. Couldn't wait to get rid of him. When he came to WCW, he bombed.
Wow.
Is that pretty accurate?
I will plead the fifth on that.
Oh, I don't plead the fifth. What do you mean? You're asking me opinion. What's your opinion? Did he draw any money in WCW?
Not in WCW, no.
Did he draw any money in WWF?
Somewhat. He wasn't that popular.
Did they try to get rid of him or not?
Yeah, they absolutely tried to get rid of him.
Okay, so why would they try to get rid of somebody that was drawing money for him?
They said he was getting paid more than they can afford to pay him.
I mean, if you read the internet, tell me the answer. You're asking me questions, answer. I'm asking you a question, answer it.
The only answer I can give you is...
Was Bret Hart a big star outside of anybody except his own mind?
Well, he had his fans, and he is popular in Canada.
We all have our fans.
Right, but I don't know if I don't think he ever reached out to that niche audience where everybody knows who he is.
Thank you very much. Did he ever draw any money in WCW?
No, absolutely not.
Did he ever draw any money in the 80s when Hogan was running?
No, Hogan was the draw there.
Thank you very much.
Well, we'll have to agree to disagree on Bret, but I want to thank you so much for your time, and I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you tonight on Raw.
Goodbye, young man.
And thank you so much for your time, Rick. Let me just say this, and this is what I didn't get a chance to say. The reason Bret Hart was let go is the same reason that everybody has said, because apparently he was getting a larger contract than the other guys, and as such, they couldn't afford to pay him because business was down. Now, then you ask yourself the question, is Bret Hart to blame for the business being down? Well, is one guy to blame, or is the entire company now putting on a quality product to blame?
There could be an excellent main event, but if the undercard is of the standards that some of the SmackDown pay-per-view has been producing,
right.
They can't even back it up with a good main event, and that's the problem.
Exactly. So
I really like JBL, but he's still not a main event draw.
Right. Well, he's not a draw. I mean, he's a good heel champion, but I don't think that many people are going to say, "Oh, I got to see JBL tonight." But going back to Bret. You know, Flair says he's not a draw, and he might have a point. Bret might not be the biggest draw of all time, but and with all due respect to Flair, neither is he.